Oh man. Hi everyone, I'm here with Marlena today, and I wanted to bring her in so that we could discuss a little bit more some of the volunteer opportunities that are out there, and just get her insight as to what this has done for you, how this has shaped you, what you feel it you're doing, how it has made a difference in your community, and if you could just kind of line that out for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hi everyone. My name is Marlena. I first got started volunteering within the homeless community and at various homeless shelters several years ago. It really hit me actually when I moved to Florida for my undergraduate degree, seeing the differences in how other states and cities and municipalities handle their homelessness problem versus up here. Obviously the population outside of Anchorage and the lower 48, it's greater than what we have here in terms of population. And somehow it seemed like our homeless population was larger. And why that is because there are actually more people on the streets, not in homeless shelters, not getting off the streets here in Anchorage. So I was really inspired by that. And since I've been home, I regularly volunteer at the Brother Francis Shelter, which is in downtown Anchorage. They offer a lot of amazing services and a lot of amazing opportunities for volunteers like us who want to be involved. My favorite is the Foot Clinic, which is a bi-monthly program where volunteers wash the feet of the homeless, help them keep their feet clean, keep them dry, give them fresh socks. Once a year, they're even able to get a new pair of shoes, which is amazing. A lot of people underestimate the importance of keeping your feet healthy and dry, especially in our environment. It's winter outside now. It's cold. It's snowy. It's wet. And a lot of people can suffer injuries and even death due to injuries of the feet. So that's my favorite part to kind of volunteer in the community. And of course, it's really great to have that direct help for them, clean their feet, make sure that they feel good about their foot health, but also just, getting to know people, making them smile, letting them know that, people care. It feels like a privilege to be able to interact with these people and get to know them, listen to their stories, and it really does make a difference to me, waking up in the morning, going to volunteer, leaving volunteering, knowing that I made someone smile who, doesn't have any other options in life right now.
So do you, I know you are going to be a med student, do you have to have that background to do the kind of volunteering that you do? Are they looking for certain people with certain backgrounds, or?
Actually, to volunteer at the Foot Clinic specifically, you don't need any medical background. There are volunteer nurses who are registered nurses who handle, more severe injuries or handle toenail clippings, but no, anyone can wash feet. And a lot of people, if that kind of grosses you out or feet aren't your thing, we work in partners. One person, washes the feet and one person scribes and asks some health questions to the person. So there are ways to get involved that don't involve touching feet if that's not your thing. So no background necessary, just showing up and being ready to help.
Okay, and so Isabella, who you're familiar with, was talking about how inspiring and how impactful, how her life had changed when she volunteered at DSK, Downtown Soup Kitchen. So if I can take you back several months, so you've been doing this how long now?
Almost a year now.
A year, okay. Time flies.
It does.
So I remember when you first started. So if I can take you back to that first time, I'm sure you were anxious a little bit, awkward, and I'm sure that the people out there are like, we just don't know how to approach, and we think of how we might feel in that situation. Yeah. So how did you overcome that? And then after you walked away, I'm sure you felt like you got more than you gave, is what typically happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Going in there, signing up to volunteer for the Foot Clinic, it was really intimidating. I had no idea what to expect. I honestly had no idea how to behave or how to act and what to say and what not to say. I didn't want to offend anybody. I didn't want to come off as entitled or, not talk to people, but I didn't know if they wanted to talk to me. Do they even care about, talking to me? And I was actually pleasantly surprised with how normal a lot of these people are. And what's great about the Brother Francis Shelter in particular is they help people get jobs. And so some people were telling me how they were bettering themselves, and they were very thankful and very grateful for, myself and the other volunteers, not only at the Foot Clinic, but, to help serve them dinner and to, bring clean socks and to donate sweatshirts and boots and everything like that. So I was surprised at how quickly I was able to feel comfortable at the shelter.
So you're equipping.
Yes.
You're not entitling.
Yes. Yeah, and there were, there still are, some awkward situations that I come into, some intense situations that make me uncomfortable. But that's one out of maybe 25 people that I've ever been uncomfortable. And you're surrounded by, your peers who are like-minded and have that servant heart and want to help. So I've never felt unsafe, which has been important. I was worried about that.
So then what was it you felt like you took away, if you can remember back to driving home that night or, talking with your fiance about how it went, recapping it? What do you feel like? Because I'm sure you were changed at that point.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, I didn't know that I could feel such reward and such self-fulfillment from something so simple and something so easy. That was, 2 to 3 hours of my night. And, it changed. The change that I made on all of these people was so impactful for me. So I walked away feeling very rewarded. Powerful. And I was excited to do it again. I was really excited to do it again. And I was surprised by that as well. So,
that's powerful.
Yeah, it was very powerful.
All right. Well, thank you, Marlena. And I hope that I guess what I was hoping to do is to really give you all an idea, because I know we're not great at change and we don't like going into things unknown. And I hope that this gives you an idea of what it's like to really be the hands and feet of Jesus out there in the community, and to let you know that there are programs out there, because so many people have that disdain and feel like they're just contributing to the problem, if you will. And what Marlena, to recap what you said, what Marlena is saying is that she's out there equipping people. She's making a difference, and you don't know what Jesus is going to lead you to do, or what your steps, how they're going to impact somebody. How many of her people have went on and then paid it forward or gotten a job, or what has happened in those people's life. But you're an integral part of that and of your community. So I hope this kind of put your minds at ease, and that you pick up the phone or get online and see what shelters and what other facilities are out there through your churches or whatever. You're going to post a link to Brother Francis, right?
Yep, we'll post a link to the Brother Francis Shelter and the Facebook page. Your Facebook page is also a great connection online for resources and ongoing ideas to get involved and get out there and help some people.
Yeah, and I would love to see what other people are doing too. I know that there are just so many ways to volunteer. If my kids are doing it and they're so young and they've been doing it for years, there are so many ways. Marlena was just talking earlier about volunteering at an orphanage in Nepal. You don't have to go to the other end of the earth to do that. I know at my church there is Priceless Alaska, which is trafficking and stuff like that, which, a lot of that is homeless or people that have aged out of the foster care system, and they're homeless community as well. So there are lots of ways, and there are a lot more homeless people than you think. They're not just on the corner, as we talked about. There are
for everyone you see, there's 10 or 50 more.
Right. And a lot of these people, they're really good at being homeless. They are they are showering every day and they are
Yeah.
whatever, but they just don't have the resources or the step up or the somebody that sees them.
Yeah.
And so we need to see them.
Yeah.
And so anyway, post your comments right here down below. Get on our page. Look at Marlena's link for where she volunteers, and give us some feedback about what you do or what your need is in your community or what you would like to do, or maybe even if you need some help deciding, how you're designed and how you can help. Because as Marlena said, not everything is for everybody.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.